What's up, everybody? This is Chris, your local wheeler here at Wheeler Dealer in Boise, Idaho. I've got something super cool to share with you guys today. This is a 1986 Toyota 4Runner. It is in great shape. Like most of the vehicles that I post up on here, this one has had some fairly extensive modifications done to it. Once again, it's probably another one of my favorites that we've had on the lot. So I got a lot to go over here, and we'll start off with what we can see here from the outside. The body of the truck is in great shape. Looks really good. I did pop the hood so that I'd have an easier time getting to it for the video, but the hood does close and sit flush. Body lines look great. There is a little bit of wear, a couple spots on the truck like you can see here. But for the most part, a lot of the areas that I see that are really worn out on these most of the time, you know, the top looks good, all the seals look good, window trim looks good, where that shell meets the cab all looks good and straight. Looking over to the back. Like I said, a couple small spots on here that could use some touching up if you really wanted to make it perfect. But for the year and for what this truck is and how it's built, this has been very well cared for. Alrighty, so getting started with some of what's been done to it. Got an Engo 9,000 pound winch on the front here. It's got synthetic cable spooled onto it, a couple D-rings on the bumper. All of the armor on this, so the front bumper, rear bumper, and the sliders are all from Northwest Trail Innovations. Really clean look to them. They make really good clearance here in the front and the back as well. Approach and departure angles are really nice. Fits that winch well, sits in there nice and tight. So tires are in really good shape. It's sitting on some Cooper, they're the STT Pros. These are 37s, 37 by 1350s. These are wrapped around some 17-inch Raceline beadlocks. These are actually some of my favorite beadlocks that I've seen here recently, and the reason why is because the ring here where it attaches to the actual inner portion here, the threads are not inside of this. So usually, as you can see, like there's bolts in here, or I'm sorry, nuts inside of here that are replaceable. So there's no threading inside of here. So if you end up having to cut one of these off because it's rusted, or if you just have to, you know, something got messed up or something like that, it doesn't require you to re-tap the threads. You can just put a new nut on it, which is definitely nice. All the tires hold air really well. I put them at 25 when we got it, and haven't had to change it at all. They've all held air. Go take a look here. So the rock sliders look great. Got this plate on the top with dimples in it. Really looks good. Nice kick out in the back. Rear bumper, so the front bumper has that wrap around on the front too by the fender. The rear bumper wraps all the way around the back corner. Super nice. Couple D-rings, some LED pods on the back that are on a switch. Heavy duty tire swing out, full size spare, beadlock as well. I would open this for you guys, but I just have an issue with driving this with just this latch on it, so I put this bolt through it, and I didn't bring anything with me to take that out right now, but I can do that later. Maybe I'll just add that to the video or just post pictures of it open. But the rear window does work from the switch as well as from the key. The rear bumper does have this pin here, so what this does is if the, say for example, that latch does pop off while you're driving, if this pin slides all the way over and goes into this hole, it'll at least stop it from swinging all the way around and smacking the vehicle. But it's still kind of sketchy, just at least for me, you know, driving around town mostly. So I just leave that bolt in it when I'm driving. But okay, so the rear axle here is an IFS width axle. It's got diff armor on it, obviously, as you can see. It's also been trussed. It's had a disc brake conversion. Let's see, looks really good. E-brakes hooked up, that works. Both front and rear axles are 488, so more than enough power and gear ratio to turn these 37s. It drives down the highway just fine. Really, honestly, it drives great, especially for a solid axle truck. Here in the back, we do have a e-locker as well. Functioning, works great. And then as far as the suspension, we've got some Bilstein 12-inch with the piggyback reservoirs. Really nice setup, drives great. Coming around on this side here, and looking up here, so up here in the front, it has been trussed on the bottom and the top as well. It's got diff armor on it, knuckle gussets, it's also got them on the shock nuts, as you can see here, so it's been gusseted there. Nice hoops up here in the front. Got some Bilstein 14s up here in the front, plenty of dropout on them. It's got the Trunion bearing eliminator kit on it as well. The front axle, like I said, is a 488. It is open. Inside the cab, you'll see that there is a switch for an ARB compressor and front locker. That is no longer here, so the switches are there, but if you want to add those, they're not there right now. For up front here, we also have the Tacoma disc brakes. Really nice addition there. Trail gear springs. Also a trail gear long slip drive shaft up here on the front.